Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to No Way, That's Illegal, the channel where we dive into the wildest, weirdest, and most jaw-dropping stories from the world of law and crime. Today we're going to shatter the myth that fame is a get-out-of-jail-free card because, believe it or not, even the biggest stars can end up trading their designer suits for prison jumpsuits. But before we get started, let me ask you, have you ever wondered what it would be like for a superstar, to go from being a superstar to something else? I mean, have you ever wondered what it would take for a superstar to go from a Hollywood Walk of Fame to the prison yard? Or which A-lister is currently swapping luxury limos for a bunk bed behind bars? Stick around because some of these stories are gonna blow your mind, and just wait until you hear the latest about PDiddy. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. And hey, if you love stories that make you say, "No way, that's illegal," hit that subscribe button and give us a like right now so you never miss a single episode of jaw-dropping justice. Alright, let's get into it. 5 shocking crimes that send famous stars to prison. Number 1. PDiddy, from hip-hop royalty to the defendant's chair. Let's kick things off with the most headline-grabbing case of 2025. Sean P. Diddy Combs. You might know him as Puff Daddy, Diddy, or just a guy who made dancing in shiny suits look cool. But now, he's facing charges that are anything but glamorous. Diddy's currently locked up in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center awaiting trial on serious federal charges: racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. If convicted, he could face life in prison. Yes, you heard that right. Life. Prosecutors allege that Diddy uses power and influence to drug, assault, and intimidate people, all while maintaining a swinger lifestyle that his defense says was just part of his music scene. But the authorities aren't buying it. They've interviewed over 50 victims and witnesses, and the investigation is still ongoing. Diddy's lawyers say he's being unfairly targeted and he's pleaded not guilty, but the judge has denied him bail for 4 times, calling him a serious flight risk. And get this, prosecutors claim he's been trying to influence witnesses from behind bars. That's some real-life prison break stuff, right? So what do you think? Is Diddy the victim of a witch hunt, or is this the fall of a music mogul who thought he was untouchable? Let me know in the comments below. Number 2. 𝐸⁻𝐾𝐿Y, the downfall of an R&B legend. Next up, another superstar whose crimes shocked the world, 𝐸⁻𝐾𝐿Y. He sold over 75 million records and gave us some of the biggest R&B hits of the 90s and the early 2000s. But behind the scenes, he was living a double life that finally caught up to him. In 2022, 𝐸⁻𝐾𝐿Y was convicted on charges of producing child pornography, racketeering, and human trafficking. The details are disturbing. He used his fame to lure underage girls and manipulate them for years. The result? A 30-year-old prison sentence. And he's still fighting additional charges and appeals. It's a case that sparked global conversations about accountability in the entertainment industry, and honestly, who could have guessed that the guy who sang "I Believe I Can Fly" would end up believing he can't get parole until 2049? Number 3. Daddy Masterson, sitcom star to 30 years behind bars. Remember Hyde from That 70s Show? Daddy Masterson was the king of cool on TV, but his real-life story is anything but chill. In 2023, Masterson was convicted of 2 counts of rape and sentenced to 30 years to life in prison. What makes this case even crazier is the involvement of the Church of Scientology. All 3 victims and Masterson himself were members, and the victims claimed the church tried to keep everything under wraps, even threatening them with excommunication if they went to the police. Masterson's first trial ended with the hung jury, but prosecutors didn't give up. The retrial ended with a conviction and a sentence that means he might not see freedom again until he's eligible for Social Security. Talk about a plot twist nobody saw coming. That is messed up. Number 4. Shah, reality TV's real-life villain. You know, reality TV is wild, but sometimes it gets too real. Shah, star of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, was living large until the FBI showed up. In 2021, she was charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering for running a nationwide telemarketing scam that targeted the elderly. Yeah, this has been happening a lot. A lot of people, to make more money, just target old people, which is very sad. Shah initially claimed innocence, but eventually pleaded guilty. She's now serving 6.5 years in prison and won't be eligible for parole until 2028. From luxury ski chalets to a prison cell, now that's what I call a dramatic season finale. I mean, this has a lot of season finale written on it. A lifestyle, great, awesome, all that luxury, and then now you're in prison in one tiny cell. And honestly, if you're running a scam on reality TV, maybe don't do it while the cameras are rolling. Just a tip for any aspiring fraudsters out there, take notes and be careful. Number 5. Elizabeth Holmes, Silicon Valley's fallen star. You thought tech CEOs just worried about stock prices? Think again. Elizabeth Holmes, once hailed as the next Steve Jobs, promised to revolutionize blood testing with her company Theranos. Instead, she ended up convicted of massive fraud after her revolutionary tech turned out to be, well, not so revolutionary. Holmes is currently serving 11 years and 3 months in federal prison for defrauding investors and putting patients at risk. Her story is a reminder that sometimes, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably belongs in the "no way, that's illegal" Hall of Fame. So there you have it. 5 superstars who went from the red carpet to the prison yard. Fame, fortune, and a front row seat to the justice system. Now that is what we call drama in real life. Which story shocked you the most? Have you heard of any other celebs who did serious crimes? I'm sure there are so many of them, you can list all of them down. Drop your thoughts below. I read every comment, and it can be as insane as ever. I mean, a lot of celebrities are known for doing weird stuff, but only some get caught and then they have to face the consequences, which can be monumental depending on what the trial goes like. And if you're enjoying this wild ride through the criminal underbelly of celebrity culture, smash that like button and subscribe for more stories that will leave you saying, "No way, that's illegal." Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Remember, the law doesn't care how many Grammys you want, how many Oscars you've got, or how many Instagram followers you have, or how many times you've changed your name from Puff Daddy to Diddy to Love. If you break the law, you just might end up on our next episode. So if you don't want to end up on our next episode, don't do any of that. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you know that you're the first one when we drop a new video, so you're notified. And if you like this episode, give us a thumbs up. It helps us keep bringing you the most unbelievable stories from the world of crime and justice. Next time, we'll be looking at the wildest celebrity courtroom meltdowns. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Until then, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, just because you're famous doesn't mean you're above the law.